It's Friday.
And that means it's 7:02 Unplugged.
Yes, it is time for us to ease into the weekend as we always do with 702 Unplugged. And as mentioned since the start of the show, very excited to be joined by Zolani Mahola. She is our guest for this Friday. Zolani, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Gooks. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you. So a couple of weeks ago, you released a single called Remember Who You Are. And it's a bit of a different sound, a different direction for you. For many of us, we've known you 17 years with Freshly Ground. Tell us about the new single and where you are creatively.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, I put out that song and I think it is quite a different sound for people to hear me, and maybe it is a slightly more electronic sound, maybe. Maybe that's what you're referring to. But for me, like I feel like I am creating from a very I don't know, from a different space, as you say, 17 years on with the band, now going solo, like I'm really feeling like I'm creating from a place that is authentically mine. And I think that many singers have this kind of journey, or many people who move from being a part of a group to standing on their own 2 feet, and being the the buck stopping with them, is that you have the entire kind of not just creative control, but it's like your voice, and so that's what's been really exciting about this journey.
Before we carry on, if you are listening to us, you can also watch us on the 702 YouTube channel. Both Zolani and I are live on the 702 YouTube channel. If you don't just want to hear and you want to see us, you can do that as well.
You want to see us. You want to see us.
You do want to see us. So, I mean, you was just saying, for a lot of people or singers within a group, at some point there is, well, for some people, many people, there is a sense that, I want to do something different, or I want to do something on my own. And for you, what was that thing? Especially because, Freshly Ground had such huge success. And when we think of Freshly Ground, we think of you, we think of your voice. There's this this immediate connection. But, after 17 years, what was the thing you were thinking, this is the thing I want to do next, or this is where I am now, and this is where I want to go?
Yeah. The thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to really discover my voice outside of the collaborative space. I play really well with others, almost too well. I fall in line very easily, and I I'm an empath. I'm a Cancerian. I'm all those things. I've been a people pleaser in my life. And so I love to go along, and I love to follow, to check out other people's ideas and stuff. So I really wanted the challenge of really backing myself and really like kind of putting a line in the sand, and going, well, what is it that I really want to do, and what is it that I really want to say, and how is it that I really sound really.
Yeah. One of the questions I've asked all of our guests over the last few weeks on 702 Unplugged is, so this year has been, to put it mildly, very strange. So in the beginning, for instance, people who are in the performing arts weren't able to do performances. It's only, in the last couple of weeks that shows have come back. We were in lockdown, hard lockdown for the first, 3 weeks, almost a month and a bit. And what has this year meant for your creativity, especially as you're saying, you wanted to find your voice, there were things you wanted to say and sing about, but what is this year and things being so different, what has that meant for your creative process?
Yeah, that's such a good question. I mean, it's been a challenging year. It's been a really interesting year out of sci-fi books, I guess. And for me, at the very beginning, my first impulse was, along with many other creatives, I think, was to use the tools that we did have at our disposal. And one of those is social media. So what I immediately did is I went, I went on my Facebook and on my Instagram, and I did these live performances. Not only did I do live performances, but I also started speaking to creatives across different disciplines, finding out how they were coping, how they were thriving as well, finding out what the gifts for them were, particularly in that hard lockdown. and what they were creating, or how their experience was. And I spoke to, many people, Justice Mukeli, I spoke to Buhle Bendalo, I spoke to, so many people. And it was really great until it wasn't. Because what I realized at the end of that time is that actually I wasn't doing what the gift of that time was presenting to me personally. And I think that what the gift of that time was a pause, was to say, listen, go inward, actually. And I was completely doing the opposite of it. In fact, it led me to a bit of a breakdown and a bit of a, I hit a wall, and that wall, was to do with many of my ways that I had learned how to deal with life, deal with life's traumas, in particular, addictive tendencies, and it just got really, really hectic and hardcore and very dark. So I really did then, after that, go into a space of going inward and really retreating and figuring myself out, I guess. And then creatively, out of that, songs like Remember Who You Are came out. And so I'm glad. I'm glad of having had that experience, as tough as it was.
Yeah. So tell us about the music we're going to be hearing in a few moments. What have you prepared for us?
So I've prepared for you, I'm going to play for you guys 4 songs. I'll play for you an acoustic version of Remember Who You Are. All of them I'll play on my guitar, just me and the guitar. And I'll play for you a song called Call You. Excuse me, there's bikers outside my window. I'll play for you a song called Call You by Name, a song called Izihlangu. And I'll also play for you as a surprise. I mean, it's a bit of a surprise to me myself. I was asked to celebrate Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie at the Africa Freedom Prize ceremony, which is upcoming, and they asked me to present a song. And I thought about my repertoire, and I thought, how amazing would it be to celebrate this African hero with a song that comes from Africa, that I was a part of. And at the beginning of this year, I said I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't perform this song, but I put together an acoustic version of Waka Waka, and I'm going to play that version for you guys today.
So Call You by Name, Remember Who You Are, Izihlangu, and then acoustic version of Waka Waka.
Yeah.
That sounds exciting. And if someone's looking to catch you, are you doing any performances, or where can we keep up to, what you may be doing, where you may be, if we're looking to, catch you live?
So not a lot of more live stuff coming up. One of the things that I realized that I need to do is I need to actually, conversely, not perform too much. That there are other things that I feel need my attention, one of which is my family. So I've actually only got one performance left in the year, and that's a private one. But the best thing for people to do is check out my website, theonewhosings.com. And you can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Zolani Mahola, and Zolani Mahola Official. And I've got a blog. I've got a blog on my website, theonewhosings.com. Yeah, check it out. Nice little treats there.
Zolani, thank you so much. We're excited to get into the music. So that is acclaimed beatmaker, multi-instrumentalist, and of course a voice we all know, for especially the better part of the last 2 decades. Zolani Mahola joining us for 702 Unplugged.
Here is a thing with nothing to say. Mountains won't stand in your way. You like to walk as if troubles are behind you. They'll never find you as long as you hide. Oh, do you miss the rain? Standing with forehead on window pane. Come out, bring us your shame. We won't leave you lonely, we'll call you by name. You with the sun dripping over your face, nobody knows where you've been. Your arms open wide, greeting strangers like family. Nobody knows all the places you've sinned, Why, there goes the rain, standing with forehead on window pane. Come out, bring us your shame. We won't leave you lonely, we'll call you by name. There is no sound when the rivers stop flowing. It's only hope that turns bread into wine. I have no words when the winter floods out of you. Never once did I think you would cry. La 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 la. Well, here is the thing that I have wanted to say. Darkness won't stand in your way. You hold me now as if nothing will ever break all that flowers here in your heart. There I go again, bleeding and beating on window pane, crying out, here is my shame. Don't leave me here lonely, I've called you by name. If the birds up in the trees know how beautiful they are, if the mountains and the seas show how magical they are, if the stars which made our skin show how radiant they are, won't they shine their light until you remember who you are, who you are, remember who you are, who you are, remember who you are. Give her a crown and watch them sing. Make her lord and make her king. Give him a crown and watch them sing. Make him queen and bring him peace. You are innocent and free. Yes, you are, yes, you are. You're the dreamer awaking. Yes, you are, yes, you are. You're a part of everything. Oh, yes, you are. We will shine these words until you remember who you are, who you are. Remember who you are, who you are. Remember who you are. Give her a crown and watch them sing. Make her lord and make her king. Give him a crown and watch them sing. Make him queen and bring him peace. We are more than these bodies. We are more than these stories. Inside everyone a seed to grow. You know you need to say, give her a crown and watch them sing. Make her lord and make her king. Give him a crown, watch them sing. Make him queen and bring him peace. Yandisokolisa Izihlangu ndizithengelwe ngumama. Yandisokolisa Izihlangu ndizithengelwe ngumama. Kodwa ndiyode ndifike, oh ndiyode ndifike mdaka mama. Kodwa ndiyode ndifike, oh ndiyode ndifike mdaka mama. Yakusokolisa le ndoda yakho uyithanda kangaka. Ay 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 ndisokolisa lendoda yakho ithanda kangaka kodwa uyode ufike uyode ufike mdaka mama kodwa uyode ufike uyode ufike mdaka mama nangamandla emva kwendlu nangamandla emva kwendlu wodidubidu babubi mbam skididin bam boy 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 daddy toy boy 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 yandisokolisa lentombi yam ndiyithanda kangaka ziyandisokolisa ezimbatata ndithanda kangaka kodwa ndiyode ndifike ndiyode ndifike mdaka mama kodwa ndiyode ndifike ndiyode ndifike mdaka mama laluthando emva kwendlu laluthando emva kwendlu wabibubibu babubi mbab skididu baboy yes. You're a good soldier, choosing your battles. Pick yourself up and dust yourself off, get back in the saddle. You're right on the front line, everyone's watching. We're getting closer, it's getting serious, this isn't over. The pressure's on, you feel it. You've got it all, believe it. If you get down, get up, oh, when you get down, get up, hey, hey. Tamina, sangalewa. This time for Africa, Tamina, eh, eh, waka waka, eh, eh, Tamina, sangalewa, and now, Tamina, eh, eh, waka waka, eh, eh, Tamina, sangalewa. It's time for Africa, listen to your God, this is our motto, your time to shine, don't wait in line, vamos por todo, the people are raising their expectations. Go on and beat them, this is your moment, no hesitation. Today's your day, you feel it. You pave the way, believe it. If you get down, get up, oh, oh. When you get down, get up, eh, eh. Tamina, sangalewa. This time for Africa, Tamina, eh, eh. Waka waka, eh, eh. Tamina, sangalewa. And now, Tamina, eh, eh, waka waka, eh, eh, Tamina, sangalewa. This time for Africa, we love a choni, biggie, mama, eh. To Zeribati, to Salamachoni, biggie, mama, from east to west, Bati, waka waka, ma, eh, eh, waka waka, ma, eh, eh. Songizi, swemazi, booye. This is Africa, Tamina, eh, eh, waka waka, eh, eh, Tamina, sangalewa. And now, Zamina, eh, eh, waka waka, eh, eh, Zamina, sangalewa. This time for Africa.
Fridays mean unplugged on 702.